Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the Community Edition, where as you can see, we got a bit of an upgrade in our equipment. I've gotten ourselves the full Brachydios set, which should be helping us along for making some hunts a bit faster. I think I've slotted in a couple of small things here or there. Yeah, bow charge plus. I should probably just take a look, make sure there's no empty slots. Yeah, it looks like everything has been filled up with a little bit of something. So I'll help there. I'm also going to use Constitution for our charm, just to try to help our bow skills and keep getting shots out steadily. I even gave Runa a little bit of a gear upgrade, going from Banbro up to Barrioth for their equipment. So now our first objective for today is tackling a Tigrex hunt. Everything is okay there. I guess I should pick up maybe some blast coatings. The bow does have blast built into it, but maybe once we get later into the hunt and the blast coating build-up has worn down a bit more, that'll be a good way to get 1 or 2 extra procs from it. But yeah, we're rocking the Brachydios set. We'll see how the blast bow performs. I know its mileage is going to vary highly because monsters do have different blast resistances to them. But I figure, in comparison with what we were using with the Viper Toby Kadachi bow, we're going to have just the status as an inborn bonus or benefit, so why not try it and see how well it performs for us. And oddly enough, the hardest material to get for crafting the full Brachydios stuff wasn't the palliums. It was just the mystery or the glowing slime for it. I just had some really bad luck for a while there of not being able to get any of the slimes, but I got 2 or 3 palliums thanks to the investigations, which I do hope Wilds does bring back, is that you get the investigations that give you ways to more easily target the rarest rewards from hunts. Because, the gems, the palliums, the mantles, whatever you want to call them, they can sometimes be a drag to farm, but the investigations made it so much better trying to target them specifically. But we're all set up there, so let's get right to our assigned quest with absolute power. We're going up against a blasting roar with a blast bow. And then I believe after this hunt, we may be in store for the next milestone of the story, which might be a Volcana encounter. Again, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but I think we are getting closer and closer to our first, combat encounter with her. Or them. It. Again, certain names sound like they have, a specific gender kind of tied to them. But we'll focus first on Tigrex, which I feel like I don't think it's that he's lost any power or strength coming into World and Iceborne. I think it's more so the player has more mobility and movement for themselves, that they're a little better equipped to deal with Tigrex. Because going back to, 3 Ultimate... Was Tigrex in 3 Ultimate? No, Tigrex was a weird exception where it did not carry over into 3 Ultimate, but it was in Portable 3rd. I'm remembering that now. I guess... Yeah, I don't know why that was the case. It's kind of a weird omission, but, back in, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, where Tigrex definitely was, it could be a little troublesome to deal with all the charges and stuff as a gunner. Truthfully, I don't think melee... I don't know if Tigrex would be as charge-happy with you being, a Blade Master, because you're more in close range, so it might use more attacks targeting you in that range, but I felt as a gunner, every second attack was basically a charge rushing at you. So you had to make sure you were well-equipped to evade and keep out of its reach. Tigrex. That's going to bug me every time I hear them say it. There we go, that's loaded up. So yeah, we'll go find Tigrex and see what we can do about this. But one of the games that I have played that I'm kind of surprised we never... Well, maybe not too surprised we never saw a Western release of... was Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, and it was actually a really... I'm going to say it's a little bit of a hidden gem, because it had a decent story to it. It had a lot of nice setup for how the story played out, even little hints to... I guess it's kind of a bit of a formula for Monster Hunter, where they have the flagship monster, but that's never, the end fight of generation or an entry. There's the flagship that gets a lot of attention and focus, but then there's something as your story finish monster. Iceborne has it, World has it, Portable 3rd. Hi, buddy. I think that earthquake gave us away. Oh. Oh, not an earthquake. Tigrex. Absolute power and a true muscle of a monster.
Tigrex is like a giant ball of raw muscle.
Yeah, that's a pretty apt description for it. And it's also a monster you gotta be careful not to piss off. Well, I say not to piss off, but truth be told, you're eventually always going to piss off the monster. Just be very careful once it enrages, because, like... Okay, actually, this might be a suicide thing to do. Oh, I got lucky there. Ow. I don't want to get locked into, too long of animation attacks. Like the Dragon Piercer, I'm going to have to wait until I've got Tigrex pretty low on stamina. But I'm going to try again to keep from using the wall slams if I can in the series. I think tenderizing I'm going to might have to do a little bit more of. But I wanted to play the Community Edition just because I wanted to get the feel back of the way Monster Hunter World released at. And this might be a very good prep for how Wilds would be. Because in truth, I doubt Wilds is going to have as much dynamic movement in things as Rise and Sunbreak have had. It kind of feels like, for like more main entries, such as World, 4 Ultimate, 3 Ultimate, and such, they kind of don't have as far out there for like mechanics as some of the spin-off titles, such as Generations, Generations Ultimate, and Rise and Sunbreak had. Ow. Because Generations and Generations Ultimate did have the hunter arts and hunting skills and such. Which were neat ideas, but it kind of felt like some of them were, well, obviously better than others. Like, as a light bow gunner going through the game, you were basically wanting to always stick to the adept style. Aerial didn't really give you all that much outcome or improvement from any of the other ones. And even the hunter skills were admittedly kind of bad for, like, seeing use for yourself. Like, there was a charge shot that just got added in Generations Ultimate, which was a little bit neat because I think... No, the charge shot didn't give you the chance of, like, doing stamina damage. That was if you used Valor style and got its meter all the way full. I'm actually surprised I dodged that. Ow. Okay, there's another nice blast off, but... yeah, Tigrex ain't too happy with me. Probably good reason, considering all the poking and the little blasts I've been getting up. There's what I've been waiting for. Truthfully, I wanted to tenderize the arm. Oh, what did I... oh, little Hornator bugger. Okay, now I'm going to get in for tenderize here. truth be told, I don't mind if the Tenderize does come back into Wilds, so long as it doesn't feel like it's a nuisance to try to get it off. Like, one of the nice things the Community Edition does for Iceborne is, no matter the weapon, all it takes is one mount or one Clutch Claw attack, and the part you're at will be tenderized. And I think they also, by default... Ooh. Okay, Odie is playing around down here, and he's not happy either. There we go, that's what I was trying to get. But, as I was trying to say, the tenderizing isn't too bad an idea. I think it's just, instead of making it so that way it makes weak spots weaker, try to focus on it making spots that are too hard or, like, have a part break a more worthwhile target to try to get. Like, instead of trying to always do it for the head or the weakest spot, make it so that way it does things like it breaks a, it makes wings easier to break, or it's easier to topple the monster to give you better attacks against it. Just putting more Oh, you buggers. God, One thing about Master Rank for Iceborne was it made a lot of the little monsters more confident than they probably should be. I mean, granted, for the Rotten Vale, I think some of that behavior is due to the effluvium active. Oh. Glad I've got the Vitality Mantle on. Yeah, just get that little boost to help us out. But yeah, for the tenderizing, make it promote the variety of where to attack and more things viable than just adding more positive reinforcement to the standard way of play. Ooh, that was a really nice one that got off. Gotta remember, the piercing pod is a pretty handy one to use to get out the 1,000 dragons with. Well, the truth be told, I feel like it's weird to call it 1,000 dragons for the attack. Like, Dragon Piercer kind of makes sense for its attack. That's when you think about it, you're trying to send an arrow that's going to pierce what's basically dragons. But 1,000 dragon, I probably would have called it like the clutch burst or something. Oh, Odie's in the area, so we... Do these two have a turf war? I can't remember. Oh yeah, they've got to. Oh boy, or maybe not, because as much as they got angry at each other... Tigrex was still kind of ticked at me. There we go. And you know what, just because I can tenderize this a little more. Okay, I know you're kind of ticked off, Odie. Actually, really ticked off. Because that's like your default state of being. Basically, Monster Hunter's version of the honey badger. Of course, just going to leave you be with... going from one super hyper monster that's very, very angry to another that's very angry and very hyper. Although... Now, see, that is one aspect I do like for, World, is you have a lot more of little environmental things that can play into hunts, like those little smoke puffs. Oh, there's our turf war. Those little smoke puffs can hide you and give you a moment to get out a really powerful attack. Uh-oh. I do not like how close we are. Yeah, if we're too close to Tigrex, it's one of the few monsters that the roar is actually damaging to the player. I'm trying to remember all the ones that are like that. Tigrex, Brute Tigrex basically weaponizes it. A Cantor is another one. I think that may be it. There's very select few that do have a damaging roar. But it's one of those things that if the monster does have, you try to keep well aware of it. Ow. Yeah, so far though, it does feel like with having taken the blast bow out, I don't know exactly how much health Tigrex has. I feel like it's going a little quicker for, like, the hunt. Now, of course, I am also getting smacked around a lot, too. You know what? I'm going to go right for a max potion. Yeah, see, even when you're, like, close in melee, Tigrex has the affinity of really liking to charge over and over and over. Or it turns into a boulder turret. But if you can read the pattern, you can dance around them. Tigrex, the hunts for Tigrex kind of remind me of like how I talked about Diablos as being like one of the monsters you kind of get into this rhythm with. You can watch all of the charges, you kind of get an understanding of where they're going to connect to. And how to avoid them rather well. I don't know if I'll get this off at the tail there. No. No, and smack in the face. And I'm gonna quickly put that away. Go manage that. Oh! Are you low? You are low on stamina, and the Gyros might actually be... well, could be helpful here, depending on how it goes. Oh, and he's limping. A little bit in against the tail, but I don't know if we'll be able to break that off. But you know what? Sorry about that, Hermit Crab, but I'm going to take the Slinger Thorns from you. Or the one. Truthfully, I didn't get a daze in, but Tigrex is also probably one of the hardest monsters to manage that. Just because it stays so active, it's hard to get the, volley to connect to its head. You know what? Just before I do take him out, let me just try mining if there's anything special or not. Now look at how that tail's positioned. It is... oh, actually, you know what? Let me put on the close range because we can. Fully charged, and to the Dragon Piercer. Ooh, first hit actually took it right off. Where are you going? He's leaving. You know what? I'll take the opportunity to at least carve the tail. I don't know why he's deciding to not care. Unless maybe he's kind of at the point his stamina is so low. It's kind of torn on what it's trying to set for priority. Because yeah, he is close to death. We do have his icon blinking with the little skull in the map there. The little EKG meter underneath him is pretty low as well. Oh, Yeah, where is he off to? He's going a lot further than I expected him to. Okay, let me pop a ration just to... Yeah, keep stamina up. We'll try to avoid the hyper-aggressive Odie. I have no idea what sent Tigrex going all the way wherever it has gone. Oh, I want to keep the Slinger Thorn on me. Yeah, so for whatever reason, it came all the way back up here. And it's hyper-aggressive. What is going on with you, bud? Like, I know you're beaten to close to a pulp, but... This is probably going to hurt me more than it hurts him. No, actually... I got lucky there. But, yeah, I'm not going to stay lucky. Okay, it's kind of hard getting the headshots in. Oh, I was just getting up and I guess got hit by the tail end of that one, his jump. Yeah, I'll pop a max just because this is kind of tight quarters fighting a big guy like him. There we go. Boom. Guys, always a thrilling hunt, go after Tigrex. Probably some of the most helpful skills here are your evasion up and your evade extender. Being able to dodge out of the charges makes the fight much easier and kind of gives you that sort of bullfight quality that you can get with Diablos. But he kind of turns, at times, into a little bit of like a boulder turret, because as you saw with the one chain of like 3 or 4 he did, he'll just kind of turn, slam the fist forward, throw a bunch of rocks your way, and can just repeat that over and over. And depending on the map, I think that actually does elemental damage, because if it's on the volcano, it's actually molten rocks. Now I'm actually kind of getting overswarmed with these little guys here. See if I can kind of... No, cleared some of them out. If it's on volcano map, there'll be fire element hitting you. If it's on like the Hoarfrost Reach or an ice map, it'll be ice boulders toss your way. Nothing too big of note. Nothing super rare we got from that. We did get a phase stone. We'll see what that turns into. No, it's a force slaughter. Not bad, but maximum might has no use for a bow set. You are very rarely ever at max stamina. But that's another monster hunted, and we'll see what the next step of the story is. I think we will have our first hunt encounter with Velkhana. Maybe mistaken, but we'll see. Then I think after that, we have a bit of a subspecies spree. We'll just return to Celion. Actually, should we be in Celion or should we be in Okay, should be in Astera. Welcome back. I'm glad you're in one piece. Thanks to the field team's efforts, we've gathered enough tracks to ascertain Velkhana's whereabouts.
You've done well.
That's no small feat. Thank you. The Elder's Recess. That's where we'll find it. Even by Elder standards, Velkhana is too powerful a force. Left alone, the entire New World ecosystem will be wiped out. That includes us. Our immediate goal is driving it back to the hinterlands where it belongs. For now, that's enough.
We're the ones to get it done.
Alright, time to stand and fight for our survival. Yeah, so we have a special assignment we'll tackle.
But why the Elder's Recess?
Let me just pick us up a few more things. Because I do like the blast coatings. It seemed like those could get off a few before they, like, ran out. Let me see. Drop that over. No, I wanted... That's it. And there we go. That's good there. And with our Tigrex hunt all finished... Oh, we still got... the frozen Anjanath is still here, too. We are good to end this episode of Monster Hunter right here. So, we'll probably have a double hunt next episode. If I remember right, this Velkhana hunt is just like a little teaser of what to expect. But, overall, enjoying my time with Iceborne, and hope you guys are enjoying the trip through the story mode once again as well. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.